So let's take a look at this thing. This is a tweet from the World Economic Forum, okay? And yes, I'm going to show the link, okay, with Ethereum and the World Economic Forum. But hold on, that's not why we're dissecting this tweet. We're dissecting it because it comes from Block Geeks. But let's take a look at it, okay? Let's take a look at this thing. Proof of work is a requirement to define an expensive computer calculation, also called mining. Now let's take a look at their definition of proof of stake. Proof of stake, the creator of a new block is chosen in a deterministic way depending on its wealth, also defined as stake. Then we go take a look at the next piece that they have here. It's interesting that they make them look like a thief, right? On the proof of work side. Now this is
he's got like a little mask on. It's like,
right?
What is this shit?
The Bitcoiner's a thief,
he's a
right?
super secret, shadowy miner. but he's a super happy, good staker.
Right? I swear, look, a reward is given to the first miner who solves each block's problems, and he looks sketch AF. And then you go and look at the shitcoiner, right? He's got the little Ethereum logo, right? He doesn't have a logo of a different shitcoin. Is an Ethereum
which
logo.
Runs on proof of work. Just so you
know. hey, but guy, they said they're gonna switch.
It's going
4 years ago.
Any day now.
It's gonna happen.
Any day now.
So here we go. The proof of stake
Soon,
system.
TM.
There's no. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I just said soon. TM.
Oh yeah. So the proof of stake system, there's no block reward, so the miners take the transaction fees. And then at the bottom, right, we've got the network miners compete to be the first to find a solution for the mathematical problem, which sounds fair. That sounds like it works properly. Proof of stake currencies can be several thousand times more cost effective. But what you really have to pay attention to is the interesting symbolism, right? You've got this one person with the big bag, and over here you've got these three people.
That seemed like an odd
choice. They're all working together with no bag, huh?
Yeah, that seemed like an odd choice of visualization.
It might be a
Do
Freudian
they not realize
slip.
what that looks like?
It might be a Freudian slip, dude. Like, it's just one person with the big bag, and then the Bitcoin is three people equally trying to mine that Bitcoin. Oh man. Anyways.
Okay, so here we go.
And I
right?
love that also that last point, they don't really have anything to do with each other. Like It doesn't talk about, like, it doesn't say proof of stake. Like, they're not even analogous to what they say. It just says proof of stake is better at the, you know, like, it's not about like, oh, there's miners competing, there's stakers competing. You know, you would think that they would be point for point. Like, they're just comparing something.
That's right.
Whereas, and then in the point above, the second point for proof of stake, the proof of stake system, there is no block reward. I don't know of a single proof of stake system in which there is no block reward, except for the one that doesn't exist yet, that they're saying is going to exist. So there's no proof of stake system that isn't about inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Does
sense.
anybody know of a single one? You know, like,
no,
I don't know.
Okay, but so let's dive into this, right? Because the whole key is, right, these points have been debunked. Nico actually showed on a previous episode a tweet by David Zell, which we are going to have in the show notes, which is this tweet here, which covers all of these points. But I just wanted to show that quickly in passing, because let's all go back in time to a few episodes that we've already done, right? We talked about how we just showed that tweet with the World Economic Forum, and you see an ETH logo. Well, we've shown this before. Here is the executive board of the Ethereum Foundation, and here you have Aya Miyaguchi, who's the executive director, okay? And here you go. You have the World Economic Forum website, okay, where we can all clearly see that in 2019 she was appointed to the World Economics Forum Blockchain Global Council. So now we see that little tie with the World Economic Forum, but then you got to ask yourself, like,
little tie,
small tie. It's you know, we're just tinfoil hatters, right?
Bro, they named it.
Well, think about it. If she is their source, you know, like what possible narrative is she going to give? Like, how could this be anything? And this is what like Bitcoiners have been talking about forever.
Yep.
Like, crypto is not going to align with Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. They are going to happily, gleefully dance on the grave of Bitcoin if the opportunity ever comes to get the establishment onto a proof of stake system that they can partner with, so that they can all buy their Lambos and the establishment can keep their power. They can keep their authority over the network. And that's what this is. Like,
100%.
It could not be more obvious that is the play here.
Oh, yeah.
1,000,000%. And they're going to use the ESG FUD and the environment to go after Bitcoin. Unfortunately for them, though, we have some very, very smart Bitcoiners, rebutting. But, yeah, they're going to try anyways.
So this, right, that tweet that we saw from the World Economic Forum was from Block Geek. So we're going to go take a look at Block Geek. Join the largest blockchain education portal. Notice it's not a Bitcoin education portal. It's a blockchain education portal. And then we'll quickly just take a look at some of the free courses that they offer here. Introductory to blockchain and cryptocurrency, blockchain use cases, introduction to some shitcoin. All right, more introduction to shitcoin, more introduction to shitcoin. Oh, okay. All right.
Every single one of them's just what about this shitcoin? Or this shitcoin?
It's all shitcoin. So right, like, I mean, who's backing Block Geek, right? So we got to go take a look at Block Geeks and see, who are the founders? Okay, so we've got a gentleman here, Amir Rosic. We've got Dmitry Buterin, who is Vitalik's father, and Vlad Martinov. All right, well, let's go quickly take a look.
I'm sure there's no association between Dmitry Buterin and Vitalik. I'm sure they have nothing. I'm sure Vitalik isn't involved at all, and he has no idea about any of this.
No way. No way.
No, never,
we sound like
Why
we sound
would that
insane.
be? Good Lord. You take your tinfoil hat off, sir.
Exactly. All right. So the first gentleman we'll dive into here, Amir Rosic, right? We're not going to go through the whole thing, but just, a zoom out point. Amir Rosic is a serial entrepreneur, marketing expert, angel investor, and a blockchain evangelist as the CEO of Block Geeks. Okay. So total shitcoining. All right. Next, Vlad Martinov, right? Well, look what Vlad does. He's one of the members of the advisory board for Ethereum since 2016. Okay, so we know he's not aligned over there. And then, of course, we have Dmitry Buterin, right? Which, as Guy alluded to, may or may not be the father of Vitalik. And here we go. Like his son, Vitalik, Dmitry Buterin is a savvy entrepreneur with an eye to righting the wrongs of the world. They just want to save the world if you just do what they say.
That's the key word there, bro. Entrepreneur, right? Satoshi created Bitcoin and disappeared. Vitalik stays around because he's an entrepreneur. It's a business. Anyway.
So in the article, just to wrap this up, right, Dmitry Buterin, father of Ethereum inventor Vitalik, is a Russian-Canadian entrepreneur and angel investor. He explains why ETH's 2017 highs were premature and highlights some of the best projects building on the platform. So there you go. You have a publication that is tweeted out by the World Economic Forum. Okay, and you can clearly see that this publication, that actual piece, is backed by Ethereum. Okay, it's backed completely by Ethereum, and it is completely supported by the World Economic Forum. This is a huge scam. I don't see how nobody sees this. And they just keep showing it in broad daylight, and nobody cares, and everybody just wants to sit there and,
Dude, think about it. The World Economic Forum, the dollar, like the system we're under is a scam. Why would what they move to not be? Like, how would they? Like that's the big thing, is that people think that what's normal, what we've been used to, is somehow more legitimate. Like the dollar, I mean, shit, Ethereum is like a really serious scam, but the dollar's worse. Like it really is, at least while Ethereum's proof of work. Like after its proof of stake, I feel like it's probably not going to be a whole lot different. But at least right now, it is better than the dollar, but it is still a giant scam. And it's huge VC funded. Like it's treated like a platform. It's run like a platform. Its infrastructure behaves like a platform. AWS is more distributed than Ethereum. In fact, Ethereum claims that they are distributed because they're on a bunch of different AWS servers. Because AWS is distributed. It's like, do you not hear? Do you not know what that means? That you're saying that this centralized company that runs all of your infrastructure does a good job of distributing their computers geographically, therefore it's robust. So because Amazon runs the thing, it's distributed. Do you know what validation means? Do you know why cryptography is even a part of this? Why did you put cryptography in it? You just slowed everything down. Why do you have proof of work? It just, the whole thing's such a giant contradiction unless you know what their goal is. The goal is a blockchain facade on top of rebuilding the system with new widgets and shiny new code.
And more control.
Yeah,
Definitely more control.
At least to maintain the same.
Yeah.
At least if we're going to move over to it, we will not give up our position. And that is the system that will allow them to make sure that is the case.